The Memoirs of Barry Lyndon, Esquire, of the Kingdom of Ireland, containing an account of his extraordinary adventures, misfortunes, and valorous deeds, his visits to the courts of Europe, his splendid establishments in England and Ireland, and the many and cruel persecutions, conspiracies, calumnies, and slanders of which he has been a victim. Written in this year of our Lord, 1815, at London. I had the good fortune to be born a Barry of Barry Og in the Kingdom of Ireland in 1741, during the reign of His Majesty King George II. Now, while I despise heartily the boasting of many of my countrymen, who are all for descending from the High Kings of Ireland, and have grand domains no bigger than would feed a pig, yet truth compels me to assert that my family was the noblest of the county, and perhaps of the entire island. My dear noble father was none other than Roaring Harry Barry, who rode the famous match against Captain Punter on Epsom Downs before His late Majesty King George II. And although he was only the second son of the family, my father came into his inheritance as a true gentleman, as often my dear mother has told me with pride. His older brother, Cornelius Barry, known as the Chevalier de Barry, stuck by the old religion when it was illegal and served against His Sacred Majesty in the unfortunate Scotch disturbances of '45. My father, never one to allow religion to mar his fortunes, and encouraged by my dear mother, who was not for marrying a papist or a pauper, laid the necessary information against his brother and converted, thereby coming into his inheritance. This caused a certain coolness between the brothers, and my good uncle left to join the rebels abroad. My father knew how to live like a gentleman, liked to eat and play, liked his Sillery for breakfast, claret with lunch, and cognac at supper. In fact, in matters of fine living, he so far outstripped the best of his peers that he died very young and very sudden of a burst heart at Chester races, leaving me without a farthing in the world when I was still a boy. I was devastated, and my dear mother was utterly heartbroken. And as my mother was now penniless and could not afford to keep a large household, we were turned out of our home. We were thus forced to accept the use of a small cottage on the estate of my mother's brother, Squire Michael Brady of Castle Brady. My mother christened our little home Barryville. I made sure the boys of the village knew of my noble origins, for which honesty I was often severely abused.
Redmond, Lord save us and bless us. Look at you. You black and blue. What happened, boy?
They were horrible to me. They all called me names. They said my father was a drunk.
The pigs!
They said he was a solicitor's clerk.
Oh, my son. Defend your name with your blood, ready, my boy, with your voice and your heart and your teeth and your nails, if need be. Come inside.
Unfortunately, though, my mother had not the means to support us in the height of fashion, and with great reluctance agreed that I should be allowed to stay with my uncle Michael Brady and his family at Castle Brady. My principal companions at Castle Brady were my cousins, Mick, Nora, and Ulick. The loss of my honourable father and my removal from the family home at such a young age marked me deeply, and I determined never to forget the dignity of my lineage, nor to meekly play the part of the poor relative. This led inevitably to conflict with my eldest cousin Mick, a dreadful snob and a bully, and I was often called upon to knock him down a peg.
Have you had enough yet, Barry, you impudent scum?
You're still not fit to scrub my boots, McBrady.
Impudent little pup. He hasn't tuppence. He lives under our roof.
Mick!
And he has the nerve to call me a peasant.
Leave him be, Mick. He's had enough. He's near unconscious.
He'll come round.
I was a brave and high-spirited young lad, and for my part, I was glad of the chance to take him on and prove my courage to his sister Nora.
Miss Nora, what are you doing?
Ah, dear cousin Redmond. I'm collecting gooseberries for a dessert.
Well, you have quite a lot. Might a young gentleman be permitted to sample your fruit?
Oh, sir.
Very tasty.
You may kiss me if you like.
Really?
Yes, just here. On the cheek. And now I must go and dress for dinner.
Do you love me, Nora?
Oh, and Mama said to tell you that we're having guests to dinner tonight. You're to go to your mother's. Goodbye, Redmond.
At the time of our courtship, the French were threatening the royal domains in Hanover, and the Stuart Pretender being then at the French court, an invasion of Ireland was especially looked to. In all parts of the kingdom, regiments of horse and foot were raised to resist the threat, and Bradystown sent a company to join the Kilwangan regiment, of which Master Mick was a captain. He would come to and fro the castle with his fellow officers in their scarlet jackets, with gilt buttons and epaulets, and the shameless coquetries of Miss Nora, in her unvarying attentions to these gentlemen, were enough to make me half mad.
Why have you been avoiding me? You said you'd dance with me.
Perhaps on another occasion. My card is full tonight.
I have been sitting waiting for you to keep your promise me half the night. You said I was your dearly beloved. You'd dance with me.
Well, unfortunately, I have more important people to dance with, Redmond. Now, please go away. I am waiting for Captain Quinn of the Fencibles to ask me to dance again, and he assuredly will not do so while you are sitting there.
Well, if that Quinn begins to stray onto my territory, he'll pay for it. I'll meet him like a man.
You would fight over me? Oh, how noble, how valorous.
So will you dance with me?
My dear cousin, you are but 15 years old and haven't a guinea in the world. You are a penniless little boy. I am a grown woman. Besides, to dance with one's cousin at a ball looks as if one could find no other partner.
You may scoff at me now, madam, but I will not always be a boy, and someday I'll have money and position suitable to my birth. You'll see!
Ah, Captain Quinn. I thought you had forgotten me.
Quit your damn noise, boy. How dare you humiliate my sister in front of half the county, brat? Now, if you've any sense, you'll keep out of John Quinn's way. He's a big man, and he doesn't take kindly to fools like you shouting at his bride-to-be.
What? No, she can't!
Yes, she can. And you're not to cause any trouble, brat, or I'll give you a good tramping, all right? Quinn has 8,000 of an inheritance, not to mention land.
And 1,500 a year.
And Castle Brady needs repairs. Do I make myself clear?
I repaired to Barryville that evening, and next day I pinned a ribbon the foolish girl had given me on my breast and ran to the castle, brisk as a young fawn, little knowing what horrid, sickening sight I would see as I passed the gardens of Castle Brady, which would dash my hopes most violently.
No, my dear. Apart from yourself, I have never been singed by the tender flame of love.
Oh, John.
Nora!
Oh, no, it's my cousin.
You! Woman of no honour! You have betrayed me with him!
Now, steady on, young fellow. Fagin!
You, sir! Captain Quinn! I demand satisfaction from you. I demand a meeting, sir.
Really? There's no need. I mean... Fagin, there you are.
What's the trouble here, Quinn?
God help you, Redmond Barry, if you're causing trouble again.
Brady, I've had quite enough of your Irish manners. I pay my respects to your sister, sir, and find she has another lover. A schoolboy, too. And he assaults me here and wants a meeting.
I demand one.
These are most assuredly not our English ways, sir. So if you'll kindly settle the sum you owe me, I will resign all claims to this young lady. Captain Fagin and I will be off.
Friend Quinn, surely you're joking me.
I was never in greater earnest, sir.
By heaven, then look to yourself, infernal seducer! You would dishonour my sister, wind your toils round her heart and leave her, and fancy her brother won't defend her.
Why, this is too much. Fagin, surely you won't let two of them murder me?
You may settle your own quarrels, Quinn. What do you think, young fella? He's like a donkey betwixt two bundles of hay.
He is, Captain, and rich pickings on either side.
Do you intend to keep your word to my sister, Quinn?
Of course I do, sir.
Then you must meet with me. Honour demands it.
No. Well, I mean... Nora! I must return to barracks. Fagin, I shall see you back there.
Ulick, quick, get after Quinn. Make sure he doesn't try and duck out of it.
Right so.
Nora? Nora!
Young Mr. Barry, I think you'll find if you leave the lady be, she'll come round on her own.
I shall die. I know I shall.
The captain's not gone yet, miss.
John! John, where are you going? John!
As for you, Barry...
My Uncle Michael was all for calming my inflamed passions with a generous portion of the horsewhip, Cousin Mick being only too happy to serve it to me. And it was only through the kind intervention of Fagin, Quinn's companion, that I was spared.
Tomorrow, at first light, the crossroads above the village. I'll be your second. Mick Brady's to be Quinn's. You'll call the count. We won't withdraw.
Certainly not.
How can he? 'Tis absurd.
I'm a Barry of Barryogue. I'd sooner die.
You see, he'll cut that English Quinn to ribbons, won't you, my boy?
Yes, madam, I will.
Well, good. Then it's settled. Though I must say you're as game a lad as ever I met. But you do well in the future not to see jewels over every slight.
That night I slept as soundly as a baby, though I awoke a little earlier than usual, feeling very hungry, and looking forward with great excitement to the event of the day.
Right now, Fagin, is your man ready?
He is.
Well then.
What's it to be, Quinn?
It's, pistols.
Ulick. Right you are.
Good luck, Redmond.
On the count of 10.
Could we make it three?
Yeah, twee is better for me too.
3 then.
One, 2, 3.
God help us, he's dead!
I've killed him!
Oh, dear. That's a bad one.
Tis. And him an officer too.
I got him! I got him!
Oh, you'll have to flee, Redmond. They'll hang you for this if they get you.
True. Come on, lad. Best get you back to your mother's.
You may tell your faithless sister, sirs, that Quinn's corpse is all that's left of the 2 lovers she had and ruined.
Come on.
My Redmond! Oh, son! Good lad. Is he dead?
He is, madam. I shot him down.
Well done, boy. May hell roast him.
Redmond needs to get away from here, Lady Barry.
Of course. He's a fugitive now.
Gather what clothes and trinkets you have, boy, and I'll get your horse saddled. There. That's you now. I'd make for Dublin and then to France, if I were you.
Thank you, Captain.
Here, boy. Take this. 'Tis all I have.
Dear mother, I can't take this.
Take it, you'll need it. Just be careful, Redmond.
Don't be worried for me, mother. I'll do my father and my noble name proud, and I'll come back to you in great wealth and splendour. You'll see.
Well, best of luck, my boy.
Thank you, Captain. I'm sorry I had to kill your friend.
Not to worry now.
Goodbye, mother.
God protect you in your exile, my boy. Remember always, you're a Barry of Barryogue.
And so I took my leave of my beloved mother and my home, quite possibly forever. And it was not without deep sadness in my heart, for I have often been quite a sentimental person. Still, it was my first taste of freedom, and the delight of that liberty stayed always with me. I rode for Dublin on my big mare, my mother's worldly wealth jingling in my pocket, and felt every inch a young gallant. I stopped at an inn at Carlow for refreshment, and had not long started for Dublin again when I had the chance to prove my gallantry, coming upon a lady in distress.
Help! Thieves! Robbers! Oh, secure!
The lady in question introduced herself as Madame Fitzsimons, wife of Captain Fitzsimons, and, being a fugitive from the authorities, I saw fit to tell her I was the young Lord Redmond of Castle Redmond.
To join the captain, my husband, in Dublin, when these villainous robbers rode up and made off with all our valuables. My purse, containing 100 guineas at least, and my jewels and snuff boxes, watches, the captain's diamond shoe buckles, and that oaf of a footman stood and watched, armed though he was. Didn't you useless oaf?
Perhaps your ladyship would permit me to ride to Dublin alongside as her protector, to prevent further mishaps.
Oh, Lord Redmond, would you? I'd be deeply in your debt.
It would be a pleasure.
So now, would you be the Kildare Redmonds or the Wexford Redmonds?
Well, we're really the Tipperary branch.
The Tipperary Redmonds. I'm with you now.
I'm on my way up to the college to begin my studies. My mother has allowed me 500 a year. I hope that'll be enough.
Oh, it'll be more than enough. I'm sure.
So, your husband's seat is in Donegal?
Oh, yes. The captain is heir to Fitzsimonsburg Castle, surely the finest mansion in Ireland, and 100,000 acres in North Donegal, though we live at Dublin presently. My husband had an unfortunate...
As night fell, we arrived in Dublin, which seemed as wondrous to me as Rome. We drew up at a small, rather rough-looking house, where we were greeted by Fitzsimons himself, a stout, red-faced man in a tattered nightgown and cap.
Seamus, go up to Finnegan's there and get a couple of lobsters for the gentleman's supper. My dear, could you sort Seamus out?
I'm sorry, my love. I haven't a groat.
Oh.
Sure wasn't I robbed? Remember?
Ah, so you were, that's right.
Well, if I could be so bold...
Jesus, Murphy, look at the bag of sovereigns your man has.
Lord Redmond, you are too kind. Oh, we couldn't, really.
No, please, I'd be...
You're a true gentleman.
Yes.
Here, Seamus. Make sure they're good uns, too.
So, my young lord, are you partial yet to your Madeira?
Thank you, yes.
Good. Your health, sir.
And yours.
Tell me, sir, do you play cards?
I lodged there for some weeks, during which time Fitzsimons introduced me to his tailor, blacksmith, saddler, vintner, jeweller, and, like most young men away from home for the first time, I spent liberally at each, first in cash and later on credit. Everywhere we went, Fitzsimons introduced me as Lord Redmond, and spoke admiringly of my lineage and fortune, such that the tradesmen of Dublin were more than anxious to advance goods against my signature. I also joined the captain's gaming school.
11. Your call, Redmond.
All right, gentlemen. Piquet.
Piquet it is, sir.
The company was always from the best of Dublin society. Senior clerics, the third and fourth sons of provincial noblemen, young army officers, and I had no doubt that I, who was wanted for killing a man, had landed in the most fashionable company that Ireland had to offer. However, as I tended to lose in cash and win in promissory notes, my mother's stocking full of sovereigns was quickly depleted, and I was forced to pawn some of my more extravagant purchases in order to keep up the appearance of a young noble such as I was claiming to be. And I learned to lose on my signature. Thus was I able to enjoy a comfortable lifestyle without difficulty, until one day I went to collect my mare from the livery stable.
Well, sir, there's a wee bit owing for that big mare of yours there, sir.
Well, I'll sign for it.
No, that'll hardly do, sir. There's 2 other bills still outstanding on her. I can't survive without cash, as you know, sir.
Damn you. All right, look. I have here a note of hand from the young Marquess of Westmeath, which should cover it.
Are you having a laugh at me now, sir? Sure, that boy's penniless. Everyone knows it.
Well, what about this one from Lieutenant Maguire?
Hey, Ned, did you get this fella? He has notes of hand from Lieutenant Maguire.
Well, what about this one from Captain Fitzsimons himself?
Young, sir. These men are paupers, one and all. It's the biggest gang of swindlers in the whole of Dublin you've fallen in with. You've been had.
I beg your pardon. Captain Fitzsimons is heir to the Fitzsimonsburg estate in Donegal.
Them's the Fitzsimmonses, not the Fitzsimonses. Himself has no claim on any estate or inheritance anywhere in Ireland or beyond. And sure, the rest of them are no better. Take my advice, son, and pay your bill. Then you can ride back home to your mammy.
It seemed my luck had run out, and I resolved to flee Dublin. I returned to my little chamber at Fitzsimon's house, hoping to collect my things and escape unnoticed.
What are you doing in my valise?
Oh, well now, who have we here?
If it isn't Mr. Redmond Barry.
The deceiver who came into our home.
Oh, the thought of it.
And lied about his identity, his lineage, and his fortune. You, sirrah, are nothing but a liar.
How dare you?
Oh, do you deny it?
He denies it.
And the evidence right here in your own bag.
I do not deny it, but I have done no worse than you yourself, Fitzsimons.
Oh, but you have, unhappy boy, you have. You've signed for credit, and under what name? Under an assumed name, a crime worthy of the just revenge of law.
Perhaps I have, sir, but I'm a Barry of Barry-Og. I'm wanted for killing a man as it stands, and I'll run you through if you try to prevent my escape.
Get out. Go on. Get out. Flee. I'll not stop you. But I hope never to see your face again, Redmond Barry.
I was in desperation. I could not return home, and I was a wanted man in Dublin. I took the only course open to a lad in my position. I joined the army. At that time, His Majesty, George II, was busy raising armies to fight alongside the Prussians against the perfidious French. I volunteered, and within 24 hours was aboard ship for Germany, leaving the fair green isle, my homeland, far behind. My heart was very low. The conditions aboard ship were indescribable. The ship itself was a creaking old hulk with no sanitation, and the company composed of the most dreadful criminals, murderers, simpletons and peasants in Ireland, men in desperate straits. On my second evening at sea, I had sound reason to complain, and complain I did, when my dinner was served to me on a greasy tin plate.
I can't possibly eat off that. You may be used to eating from a trough, fellow, but I'm not.
The bleeding nerve! I'll stove your head in, you little scrunt!
You might try if you're as stupid as you are ugly.
Redmond Barry! Take your hands off him or two, you little cappler.
Captain Fagan!
Give us a kiss, my boy. In the name of God, lad, what are you doing here?
Oh, well, fortune has thought to test me, sir, and I've fallen on hard times. I'm very glad to see you, Captain.
And I you. Come on, let's get out of this stinking hellhole. Come on up to my cabin.
So, you see, between gaming and keeping up an appearance, I was soon broke.
Fate, you started early, my boy. Thought it's plain to see you're a gentleman to your blood. This might hurt a bit.
Ah!
Aye, you got a right old knocking. There now. Hold that to the wound.
Whatever happened to Nora after I left?
Nora? She got married, of course.
Married? Was she utterly insensitive? To whom?
Why, to John Quinn.
Quinn? Wasn't he killed?
Well, no. He recovered from his wound, you see. The ball you hit him with was not likely to hurt him. The whole thing was a setup.
What?
Quinn was to call pistols, and Mick had the pistols already loaded with bullets of tow. Do you think the Bradys would let you kill £1,500 a year out of the family?
Did you know about this?
I must confess, dear boy, that I did. I was in the private employ throughout of your good Uncle Michael to ensure the matter went through smoothly.
You surprise me, Captain.
I'll soon learn, lad. Such are the ways of the world. Quinn sold me his commission and took up the life of a country squire. And then we get the call up. Just typical, really.
It was all a plot to get rid of me.
It was a plot to get rid of the mortgage. Oh, Quinn paid that off too. Don't take it so personally, lad. That's just the way things go. Forget about Nora Quinn. We haven't time for such thoughts now. We're off to fight the French, my boy. Off to war.
Captain Fagan proved to be my salvation and chief guardian, protecting me from the many petty cruelties visited on the men by their officers. And it was a great benefit to me to have an experienced man by my side on the occasion of my first major military engagement at Minden in the year 1759.
Heaven help us!
Keep your head down.
Oh, this is fierce.
Come behind. Redmond!
I've got him!
Oh, Mama!
He's dead.
I'd say he is. Just hold your nerve, lad. You'll be all worth it soon. Right. It's quieting down. Let's go earn a few shillings.
What did you say?
Plunder, my lad. It's what the business of war is all about. Start with yon French fella you stabbed there. Check his pockets.
Captain, sir, I am a gentleman of a noble Irish family, and I'll not descend.
I don't like it any more than you, lad. But it's the only way to make a profit by war. So look around ya. Everybody's at it.
Well,
What is it?
sugar plums. Very tasty.
I soon got used to the soldiering life, and soon found it fitted to my nature. But at Warburg, things went badly for me.
Well, lad, here we go again.
Here we go again.
If you should find any more nice sweets.
Don't worry, I'll keep you a half.
Good lad.
Captain Fagan! Fagan!
These are the instruments of war. Thus do your great warriors and kings advance their murderous work in the world, through the sufferings of poor starving brutes nursed in poverty and schooled in cruelty, made to take pride in deeds of blood. In Captain Fagan I lost the dearest companion of my boyhood, and once again found myself friendless and alone. Now that he was gone, I was the victim of many grudges and petty jealousies.
Private Soldier Redmond Barry. Insubordination, 800 lashes. First man of the line. 1. 2.
I determined thereafter to remove as far as possible from military glory at the earliest opportunity.
You there! Help me, please! I'll pay you, please.
Where are you wounded, sir?
It's my leg. Here.
Where's the money?
Here. I'll give you 2 shillings if you get me my horse and take me back to the village. Oh! Oh!
Thank you very much.
You blackguard! I'll have you hanged for this!
One death's as good as the next, and I've had enough of military glory. I'm for Ireland. Anything's better than this. Strip!
My proper station was of course restored in my new uniform, and when on the road I fell into the company of a Prussian officer, I was duly obliged to create an identity to go along with it.
Have you far to go, mein Lieutenant?
To Bremen. I have a dispatch of great importance for General Grimstone.
Ah, indeed. Then I will ride alongside, if you have no objection. I am en route to Lippstadt.
No, of course. Delighted. Lieutenant Fakenham of the King's Own Light Royal Signals.
My pleasure, Lieutenant. Captain von Galgenstein, von Vasseur's regiment.
And is your regiment at Lippstadt?
No, I am a recruitment officer, Lieutenant Fakenham. I am on a recruitment drive.
Ah. Very important, nonetheless.
There is a good inn at the next village. Perhaps we can stop there for refreshments, if you would care to join me.
Thank you, yes, that will be excellent.
Gut, mit Friedrich! Packen ihn! Schnell! Arrest him!
What are you doing? Let go of me!
Him.
Stop!
You are under arrest, Herr Feckenhammer, whoever you are. You are a deserter from the British Army.
I am not. I am a messenger carrying important missives for General Grimstone.
The general died at the Battle of Kursdorf 8 months ago.
Oh.
Therefore, mein Herr, you have a choice. Either we return you to your regiment, where you will undoubtedly be shot as a deserter, or you can volunteer to enlist in the service of His Majesty Friedrich Wilhelm II of Prussia. In which case, sign here.
Many's the time I took twice as many men on and beat them soundly, every one. But they had me held fast, and I had no choice but to sign the paper. And no sooner was the ink dry on it than the war was declared over. I was a broken man. Had I stayed in the British service, I would have been on my way back to Ireland. Instead, von Fassar's regiment was returned to Berlin, and me along with it. The conflict known as the 7 Years' War was ended, and I faced the terrible prospect of a future in the Prussian service where, so I was told, beatings, starvation, forced service, and appalling cruelty were commonplace. It was, in truth, somewhat worse in the way of discipline than the British service, but the food was tolerable, and gambling was very common. And my life was made considerably easier in my 3rd year. I was assigned to a regiment of the Guards, and further disgraced my good name and noble lineage by taking the position of Batman to my captain. And Herr Kapitän von Potzdorf was a capable young officer, much admired by young ladies of note in Berlin society. Delivering billet doux to the captain's mistresses gained me entry into all the grand houses of Berlin, although at the back door. I was able also to gain the trust of my captain, which provided the means of my advancement. Mein Kapitän.
Come in, Barry. This is my uncle, Herr von Goilgruber, that is of the Berlin police.
Angenehm, mein Herr.
We want with you to talk, Barry.
It has been noted that you keep many friendships among the young Fräuleins working in the great houses of the city.
Have I done something wrong?
No, not at all.
On the contrary, we think you may be able to do something very good, if you liked.
Yes.
The king likes to keep well informed of what is going on among many visiting nobles in our capital.
Who speaks with whom?
Who likes the young ladies?
Who likes the young boys?
Who gambles too much?
You could to us be very useful, Barry.
And you would be able to spend a good deal of your time talking to the young Fräuleins of Berlin.
You would be well paid and would be able civilian clothes to wear. This is a small gratuity for you.
Thank you, sir.
Your first assignment will be in the household of the Chevalier de Belbarry, a papal knight who wears the Order of the Spur. A spy for the Empress Maria Theresa, we think. Though also as a double agent with the British he could be working. It is arranged you will be infiltrated in the guise of a Hungarian manservant. You pretend no knowledge of English, French, or any other language, and to listen closely to what he with his confederates discusses. Understand?
Yes, sir.
Do not bother with his letters. We have them read.
The Chevalier presented the most ornamented and elaborately dressed personage I had ever set eyes on. His clothing was made of the finest materials, embroidered in gold thread and set with paste, and he wore abundant quantities of rouge, paint, and powder. Yet despite the noble old gentleman's heavy maquillage, I experienced a strange sense of recognition.
What's your name, lad?
Redmond.
Redmond. I hope you're honest, Redmond. There's nothing worse than an untrustworthy servant. I set great store by honesty. Why are you staring at me so?
Chevalier de Ballybarry.
Yes.
Cornelius Barry of Ballybarry.
Yes. How do you come to...
Uncle Cornelius?
Redmond? Me little nephew Redmond?
Uncle!
Oh, me boy! Just look at you. I haven't seen you since you were a cub. But you're a fine grown man, Redmond. You're the spit of our Harry.
To meet a Barry after all these years.
Oh, this is wonderful good fortune. We must celebrate. Let's order up a banquet. You shall have anything you want.
I told my uncle a full and colourful account of my adventures, detailing all my exploits and deeds of bravery, by which the good man was obliged to account me a true character of the Barry clan, namely, as wily as a fox and as stubborn as a mule. It was worth more than wealth and fame to me to be able to sit and sup with an Irishman, aye, and a Barry, talking over old family history. The good knight showed no animosity towards me, as well he might, my father having denounced him as a papist and robbed him of his inheritance, but indulged me with the best wines and the finest delicacies of the table. He maintained, none the less, his firm adherence to the Romish superstition, though with necessary qualification.
I work for whoever pays the most, dear boy. Sometimes Louis, sometimes the Empress Queen, playing out minor intrigues which have a small but significant part in the balance of powers. Most of my income, of course, I make from my card school.
Card school?
Yes. Technically illegal here in Prussia, though everyone turns a blind eye. Usually. I had problems in certain other duchies and principalities.
Ah.
Yes. But I have a good technique for cheating at faro and can make a reasonable living from it. And now that you're to work here, Redmond, I shall teach it to you, and you shall be my accomplice in your guise of Hungarian manservant, all profits shared.
But what about von Potzdorff? I could be hanged as a traitor.
Oh, I'll tell you what to say to von Potzdorff. Don't worry about him. The arts of gentlemanly cheating. There are many basic ruses, distractions, use of confederates, use of reflective surfaces to read cards, marking of cards, but this is a special technique. One of the attractions of faro to the gamester is that it's almost impossible to cheat.
So the average player does not look for it.
Precisely. I can see this'll work a treat. We shall be quite rich.
Barry, get in here!
Capitaine?
Why do you not do your job? I ask you on Ballybarry to spy, and you bring me stories of old men discussing the new danseuses at the ballet. And this morning, sadly, has my uncle told me, Major Hackfleisch and Prince von Wursthout were last night at the game of the Chevalier. Why have you not told me there were Prussian officers at his card school?
Well, I didn't know they were Prussians, sir. They weren't in uniform.
Mein Gott, can you not tell a German accent, Dummkopf?
I hadn't considered that, Captain.
This is not good. The king can foreign noblemen gambling amongst themselves tolerate, but when it involves officers of the Prussian army, then it is becoming a danger to the operational effectiveness. Ballybarry must be expelled. Tomorrow on his morning ride he will be seized and to the Saxon border escorted. His possessions will be sent on afterwards. That way I can look through his trunk. You must go about your work as normal and await my oncoming. Dismissed.
What are we to do? I shall be left here alone again.
Do you think I'd leave my own nephew here, a virtual prisoner of the Prussian army? No, indeed, Redmond. Here's what we must do. Pay close attention.
The next morning I found myself attired in some very fine vestments, wearing a great deal of rouge and a heavily powdered wig.
Halt! Chevalier de Ballybarry!
Yes?
We have orders to escort you to the Saxon border.
Boys, oh dear. But why, me lad? On what grounds?
You are to be deported on the orders of the War and Domains Board. Come and see.
This is intolerable altogether. And me a papal knight, too.
And then what?
Well, I made such a terrible fuss. A captain of the guards breaking into my trunk and my manservant stealing my coach and clothes. Such that, in order to avoid a diplomatic incident, the Prussian treasury was obliged to advance me a generous compensation through the Austrian embassy, with the polite request that I quit Berlin, which I was only too happy to do.
To liberty!
To liberty and fortune.
What now, though?
Tomorrow, we make our way to the court at Dresden. I've some old friends there. Our prospects are bright. We'll soon have our Pharaoh bank up and running.
We must make a fortune, Uncle. I can never live like that again, deprived of my freedom.
Indeed, dear boy. You're my son. I will not allow it.
We'll make our fortune, Uncle, and live the life of gentlemen thereafter. Why are you determined to continue extending credit to these people?
Trust me, Redmond. We're doing handsomely.
I think it unwise, Uncle. We could have a fortune in cash now, and all we have is bits of paper.
Nephew, the gambling continues long after the bank is closed. And there are many good, noble souls in that ballroom, dancing the minuet with their mistresses, whose notes of hand I'd rather have than their cash. It creates leverage.
I had the finest suits, jewels and trinkets, rode in a splendid coach and four, and had my own coat of arms designed and emblazoned on it. Our bank was frequented by the cream of Saxon society, and we were living in great wealth and splendour. The last thing we needed at that point was an incident. But the one thing a Barry cannot have is an Englishman mocking his bloodlines.
Whose coach is that?
It's my coach. Why?
Oh, who are you?
I am Captain Redmond Barry of Barry Ogue. Who are you?
Sir Wamford Bumford, at your service, Captain.
Why do you laugh, sir?
Well, it's your coat of arms. It has a ducal coronet on it. You're not a duke.
That's not a coronet, sir. It's a royal crown.
Oh.
On account of my descent from Brian Boru, or Barry, High King of Ireland.
High King of Ireland? Well, did you ever?
You mock my lineage, sir. You shall answer for your impudence on the field of honour, sir.
How dare you?
The Hock Kirkefeld. Dawn tomorrow.
This time there was no mistake. No balls of tow. At dawn the next day, Bumford, still carousing from the night before, arrived at the field with a party of young gentlemen. Damn fool. If there is one thing I cannot tolerate in a man, it is arrogance.
9, 10.
Does anyone else care to question the nobility of my family?
Really, nephew, this is most inconvenient.
I am sorry, Uncle.
I mean, I fully understand your motives, but Bumford, the English ambassador's son...
I know, Uncle. But I have always found the English rather hard to get along with. By noon that day, my uncle and I were far from Saxony, but once again, thanks to circumstance, in near penury. We had only a small sum between us, and what clothes and jewels we were able to carry away on our flight from Dresden. But we were men of courage, and knights of the Bay's table, and could not be bested by adversity. We made for Zweibrücken that very night, where we played and won some 8,000 ducats at the table of the renowned Count von Steinkopf. Within 6 weeks, we had amassed a small fortune in coin and gems, so much so that we felt our safety in peril and were obliged to leave. In Darmstadt, we lost a legendary duel of the dice against Prince Pückler Muskau, lasting 3 days and costing us very dearly. But we lost in style, and though I threatened to cut his gizzard for cheating, the next evening I danced a minuet with the Grand Duchess, his mother, as light-heartedly as any macaroni in the room. At Brussels, my renown as gentleman of honour grew when I pinked the Duc de Malventre over Madame de Coulcanard, the courtesan. However, at the court of Mark, things went against us. We formed a confederacy with the famous Italian gamester Count Pio Pippi, who proved to be a fraud, a liar, and a scoundrel, and robbed us of every pfennig we possessed. It was in this sad condition that we arrived in the Duchy of Rotflug, one of the lesser courts of the empire.
What now?
Now, my dear nephew, we do what men in dire financial straits must do.
Which is?
Marry.
Marry?
I am, it goes without saying, much too old, too poor, and too ugly to marry. So it stands to reason we must get you married, my boy, as soon as is practicable, to a woman who is undoubtedly very rich, preferably titled, and ideally in the final stages of some fatal illness.
I'm not entirely convinced, Chevalier.
Redmond, it's merely gambling at a bigger table and for a greater prize. There are an abundance of suitable heiresses at Rotflug, so we should have no difficulty finding a suitable candidate. Even one who's pretty.
What do we have to do?
Well, in these smaller courts, breeding counts for a great deal, and matchmaking is conducted with great formality. We'll be required to produce pedigrees and estate plans and rent rolls. I think I've found your bride-to-be, my lad.
Ah, who is she?
I've just been presented to her, the Princess Ida of Grisvink-Vink.
Is she rich?
Fabulously. Sole heiress to Prince Wolfgang, Elector of Vink, reputed to be worth 60,000 a year upon marriage, to say nothing of her inheritance when old Wolfgang kicks it. Apparently, the Duke is in the process of arranging her engagement to Baron de Magny. Now, you wouldn't let a fella like that best you in competition, Redmond, would you? A powdered, foppish, cowardly Frenchman with no backbone, who is immoderately fond of playing Pharaoh.
A man of my character, with my new pedigrees, estate plans, and rent rolls, should easily defeat the likes of him. We engaged Magny at every opportunity and played him to the point of ruination, then demanded that he pay with the one thing of value in his possession, the hand of Princess Ida. The cowardly French dog surrendered without a fight, though I had my sword drawn in case he should resist. And this being achieved, my uncle had great success in pressing my claim.
Well?
The Duke will favour the marriage.
Yes! Excellent news, Uncle!
Poor Magny has clearly been very supportive and influential. God and his mother bless him. And they examined your pedigrees and found them to be all in order. The Duke was very impressed indeed by the extent of your estates in Wales.
First class. And old Venk, Ida's father, he will give his blessing to the Duke's choice?
He'll fall into line, sure and certain. In fact, the only obstacle that remains is Ida herself.
How so?
Well, when told of the matter, she reportedly fainted with the word never.
No matter. Her opinion is poor defence against my determination. I am decided, Uncle. I'll marry this stubborn princess and be a gentleman forever.
Unfortunately, Magny was terribly distraught about his loss of the princess and her wonderful fortune, and decided to end his pathetic existence. And sadly for the entire duchy, and most especially for me, who had invested money and effort and all my hopes in her, the young Princess Ida proved utterly inconsolable about the loss of her young beau and her impending marriage, and took to her bedchamber, refusing to eat. In the end, she confounded me entirely, dying, as they said, of a broken heart 5 weeks later.
Quite the most impressive funeral, huh? What a turnout. The noblest and highest people in the whole world are represented.
Yes, let me see.
Have you seen any likely candidates?
Lady Dyshire? No. What about the Comtesse de Chevre?
She hasn't actually got that much money. Her estate is deeply in debt, and she's over 60, Redmond. Quite hideous.
Look, Duchess Hilda of Hock-Hinkenberg.
Rumoured to be engaged to the third son of Denmark. There's the young lady Anne Goodwin. But there's no title, and they've little in property.
There has to be someone.
Ah! That's your wife right there, my boy. Take a look.
Who's she?
Lady Honoraria Lyndon Niederberg. Countess of Lyndon, Viscountess Bullingdon, and Baroness Hackton in her own right. One of the richest women in all Britain. And an Irish woman, too.
And who's that man?
Ah, that's Lord Lyndon.
I thought he was dead.
He was supposed to be, but he stubbornly refuses to go.
How very inconvenient.
Don't worry about him. He's been dying for about 10 years now. I heard he was on his last legs 6 months ago. I'd say they've stopped here en route to Spa in the county of Limburg to spend the season.
And how would you like to take the curative waters yourself, Uncle? Hmm?
Do you know, that's an excellent idea, nephew. My gout's been playing me up lately. Anyway, I think we've done rather well in Rotflug. Lord Lyndon, I believe.
How do you do, sir?
Cornelius, Comte de Barry. This is my nephew, the famous Captain Barry.
My lord.
I've heard of you at Rotflug, Captain, also at Zweibrücken.
We are assembling a small company for whist this evening, my lord, at the ridotto of the Duchess de Auvergne-Moisy. The Duchess had hoped that you'd be kind enough to grace the company.
Whist, eh? Sounds a bit tame to me. Don't you champs gamble at all?
Oh, I'm sure, Lord Lyndon, that a few wagers may be placed in the course of the evening.
In that case, can't see why not.
And are we to have the opportunity of meeting the lovely Countess, your wife, my lord?
I'm not in the habit of bringing along my wife, Captain, when I go out to enjoy myself. One.
Nephew?
Two.
The bank will have one.
So, my lord, I believe your wife is an avid horticulturalist.
My wife hasn't the least interest in gardens.
Really? So what does interest the Countess, then?
Believe me, Captain Barry, I know your motives and can only laugh at the vanity of them.
But I...
Someday, sir, you will be dying as I am, and all the money in the world won't save you.
My lord, I only meant to make idle...
Settle yourself, Barry. We're all men here. You wish to play for my wife, sir. You wish to know what interests her, so that you may make pleasant conversation with her when I am safely out of the way. Well, I shall tell you, Barry.
Well?
She is a blue stocking. She likes books, sir, and philosophers. All she is interested in is the welfare of the poor and the meaning of life, and does God exist in an eternal present?
Oh.
Yes, can you imagine how dreadfully bored I have been listening to her for the last 20 years? And you want to fill my shoes, do you? Beware your ambitions for greatness, Mr. Barry.
Believe me, if I win your wife, sir, she will not bore me with her philosophy. I will be master in my own house.
Oh, you think you will, do you, Barry? You do not know my wife.
She is a woman, and I know women.
Many a man has been brought low by woman before now, Barry. King.
You win the hand, Lord Lyndon.
I am not certain it is so simple, mon capitaine.
Look, it's perfectly simple, you odious cleric. I have employed you to explain the principles of life to me, and the great debates of the age. I have engaged this lady in a correspondence, and I can't make any sense whatever of her letters, and you are supposed to help.
But when the good lady speaks of the soul, we must know in the first place if she speaks of her own soul or the soul as a thesis in an
shut
abstract...
up. Quiet. Oh, this is utterly pointless.
Indeed it is, Redmond. The Lyndons left this morning for Paris. They're returning, apparently, to their estates in Ireland.
The vexations that woman put me to. It seemed matrimonial bliss was to evade me again, and I cursed Lady Lyndon and her diseased old husband for all I was worth. Then, out of the blue, came news so good we had hardly dared ever to hope it.
Oh, my boy! Read it! Read it!
Society mourns. Lyndon's dead.
This is your chance, lad. You must return to Ireland.
Ireland?
Yes, Ireland. Of course, Lady Lyndon will be in mourning for a period, But you can make yourself busy getting to know her circle and establishing a figure at Dublin.
But your attender's not reversed.
No.
You won't be able to come with me. They'll imprison you.
I'm afraid that is so, nephew.
Oh, uncle.
Sadly, I must remain here with my simple life of pleasure. You must carry on the process of building a fortune without me.
Oh.
Pack at once. I go to redeem some of our valuables. You'll need money.
And so I took my leave of my dear uncle at the dockside in Brest, with my heart breaking, and tears streaming down my face, for I have never suffered a want of fine feeling. And I took my leave of the courts of Europe, where I had arrived a penniless foot soldier, a mere boy, with not a farthing to my name. Now I left as a gentleman, who had established a reputation for dauntless courage in war and on the field of honour, who had courted the loveliest of ladies at the finest of Europe's courts, and who had made a fortune on the gaming tables. Now, finally, I was to return in splendour and state to Ireland, my home, the land of my birth.
In episode 1 of Thackeray's Barry Lyndon, dramatised by Don McCamphill, the part of Barry was played by Gerard McSorley, Redmond by Andrew Scott, the Chevalier by David Kelly, and Belle Barry by Sheila Hancock. Lord Lyndon and von Groilgruber were Kenneth Cranham, Madame Fitzsimons, Tina Kelleher, Fitzsimons and von Galgenstein, Kevin Flood, Sir Rumford Bumford and Fakenham, Jamie Foreman, Captain Fagan, Frank O'Sullivan, John Quinn and the stable owner, Mark Lambert, von Pottsdorf and the priest, Don Wycherley, Ulick, Dara Kelly, Mick, Aina McLeam, and Nora Alice Barry. Other parts were played by members of the cast. Barry Lyndon was directed in Belfast by Lawrence Jackson.
And so I returned from the splendour of the great continent of Europe to Ireland, the country of my birth, in pursuit of the recently widowed Countess of Lyndon and her fabulous fortune. Where I had left as a penniless boy, now I was one of the most famous gentlemen in all Europe, with wealth to the amount of 5,000 guineas, a splendid wardrobe, a jewel case to the value of 2,000 more, and a superb collection of decorated snuff boxes. After the magnificence of Europe's duchies and principalities, Ireland seemed a mean, miserable country. Dublin, dirty and provincial. The Irish, a rabble of filthy, lying beggars. Nonetheless, I managed to find a suitable apartment, and immediately began to plot my siege of the fortress that was the Lady Lyndon. I began to settle into Dublin society, where I cut a figure of the highest fashion and renown, my fame at duelling and gaming having preceded me. I also decided to seek out a gentleman confederate for my grand scheme of carrying off the Lyndon fortune, one I could trust.
You damn scurry! If I knew you were to refuse me, I wouldn't have paid you.
Serve the gentleman what he asks for.
Jiminy dear! Redmond! Little Redmond Barry!
Cousin!
Boys, but it's great to see you!
It was a shock to discover my cousin Ulick in such shameful straits, grown very poor and fat. And though I was keen only to be seen with the better sections of the Dublin gentry, still, of all the Bradys, he had been good to me.
Well, your mother, that is Lady Barry, sort of took up with a pastor or minister of religion, Mr. Jowls, and moved some years back with him to Bray in County Wicklow.
Really?
Right enough. They said she was to marry him.
And what of your father, my Uncle Michael?
Oh, both the mother and father are gone now. My brother Mick too. He died in an awful coach accident about 8 years ago.
Far too good for him.
I inherited, though the estate was bankrupted before I got it. I struggled to redeem it, Redmond, but, well, you know how these things is.
And what of Nora and my old enemy Quinn?
Well, you heard that they got married then. I'm awful sorry about that now, Redmond. I know you were always great for my sister Nora, but sure, it couldn't be helped at the time.
We needed Quinn's money.
Yes, never mind.
I heard you made a great fortune over in Europe, though. It was all in the gazettes.
Nothing to the fortune I will make, Ulick. Be sure of that.
Oh, that's great. Great.
But I will be needing assistance, Ulick. I am hoping to engage a suitable gentleman.
Well, I'm your man, Redmond.
Now, first of all, we'll need to get inside the Lyndon household.
Righto.
If I can charge you with finding us a suitable informant in the establishment as the first and most pressing of your duties.
Oh, that'll be no trouble.
We'll also need a proper equipage, some clothes for you, money for bribes. Tell me, Ulick, do you ever play at cards?
Well, I do now and again, Redmond.
In Germany, I learned a very ingenious technique for winning at faro. The Irish gentry, being somewhat unsophisticated by comparison with their continental cousins, were rather easily impressed by my tales of the great courts of Europe, and within a short time I was attending routs and plays and soirees, the Lord Lieutenant's parties at Dublin Castle, and card schools in all the finest houses. But whereas a boy I had played cash against notes of hand, now I kept my guineas in my pocket. And soon we made important progress on the main front also. Pleased to meet you, Mr. Wiggins.
Sir.
So, your mistress, in mourning, is she?
Yes, sir, of course.
Doesn't see anyone then?
Well, no, sir, apart from her ladies. And Lord Poynings.
Poynings?
Yes, sir. He has been paying a most marked address to the Countess of late.
Poynings? Poynings? Which Poynings?
Her cousin Lord George Poynings, son of Lord Tiptoff. It's been said below stairs, sir, as they plan to marry her back into the family once the mourning period's over, to keep hold of the money, sir.
Damnation.
Also, Lord George tips the staff well enough, and he's reckoned by the ladies to be dead handsome. And it's known the Countess is very fond of...
Silence! Enough of Poynings. Go on, out. Ulick, pay him.
That's him there.
Are you sure?
Oh, yes. That's him, all right.
And then, the younger Blandish appeared at the prince's birthday at Vauxhall in a high-perched phaeton drawn by 4 Prussian greys.
I must correct you there, sir. Young Lord Blandish only uses chestnut horses. Besides, I was at the event you mentioned. I remember it well.
Who the devil are you?
Lord Poynings, Captain Barry of Barry.
Well, I'm sorry, it was 4 greys. I clearly remember.
And I tell you, sir, Blandish uses only chestnut horses.
And I tell you, sir, you are wrong.
Do you call me a liar, sir?
Well, no,
I will not be called a liar in public, sir, and fail to meet the challenge. I demand a meeting.
But I...
Sunrise tomorrow at St. Stephen's Green.
That's settled then. Your choice, Poynings.
Foils.
Good luck, Redmond.
En garde. Stay away from the Countess Lyndon, Poynings.
Who are you, sir?
I am your rival, and I will beat you, sir, and any other man who comes between my love and me. If you want to live, withdraw any interest you have in the lady. Are you beaten, sir?
Yes. Captain Barry, I apologize. I was obviously mistaken about Lord Blandish's horses.
Remember what I said, my lord. She knows I mean business now.
No, she does, surely, Redmond.
She also says you're the most despicable man in Dublin, sir. And she calls you the one St. Patrick missed.
Right, all right. Well, what about Poynings? What does she say about him?
Oh, she sends daily letters to him in Dublin, sir, inquiring after his health. And sends gifts.
We'll place notices that Poynings has taken a turn for the worse and is at death's door, and that I have thought it prudent to remove to England for a period. You arrange through Wiggins that I am notified should the vixen stir from her lair.
But where will you go?
I have another lady, twice as demanding, 10 times more noble, and considerably more terrifying to pay my respects to. Since I had arrived in Ireland, it had been my fondest wish to call upon my dear mother, whom I loved and cherished more than any creature alive. But up unto that point, I had been so totally preoccupied with the business that I hardly had time to think of her.
Mother!
Oh, I to hell with you. 4 months home and only now you think to call on your poor old murder. And you a famous gentleman, and me with hardly a copper penny to my name.
Oh, but, Mother, I've been very busy making a figure in society.
Ah.
And I brought you this gown, especially from the best couturier in all Paris.
Oh, there! Take it back to Paris and tell him I didn't like it. Go! Clear off!
Look, Mother, I'm in a spot of bother. I had a duel with Lord Tiptoft's son, and I need somewhere to stay.
Is he dead?
Not far off it.
What was the fight over?
He made fun of the family name.
The tramp! 'Tis a damn shame you didn't kill him outright. Come inside. There might be people watching.
My mother, who knew the workings of the very best families, assured me George Poynings fancied himself a chivalrous buck, and would most likely play the gallant loser if I were to effect a reconciliation. Therefore, some days later, I embarked on a mission to Dublin. I mean you no ill, Poynings, but I love the lady. We have been correspondents for some time now, ever since our first meeting at Spa. She sends me letters filled with the most ardent passions.
Really?
Continuously, my friend. And I am so entranced by her noble sentiments, I have fallen entirely in love with her.
How improper of her.
So, is he big with her, your fella?
Oh, yeah, for sure. They've been friends these years. What about your one?
Oh, he's very big with the Countess, Captain Barry. You should see the letters he sends him.
Ah, sure. She sends sackfuls here too. Sometimes 3 letters in a day.
So, what sort of things does she write then?
Ah, sure. I wouldn't know. I can't read.
Is there any chance at all you'd give us a look at a couple of them? Just out of interest, like, you know.
I don't know now.
I'd bring them right back. They'd never be missed. And it'd be worth a drink to you.
I suppose so.
Ah, you're a good man, so you are. Well, go get them then.
I'll show you them. I have so many, I will even give you them. She maintains in her correspondence her fidelity to me, George. You have been misled.
Really? I'm speechless, Barry. If what you say is true, then she has behaved dreadfully.
I'll call with the letters, my lord. You will see. Get them?
Got them.
Good. Need a copyist now. So, you see, Poynings, it is clear the Countess favours me.
Such duplicity. These letters are almost exactly like the ones she sends me. The shamelessness of it, and to play me for a fool so.
Make no mistake, though. I don't want to have to kill you, Poynings. But as you can see from these, I have a legitimate claim on the Countess, and I intend to press it. And any man who comes between my prize and me will feel the sharp end of my sword, as you have done. So, the choice is entirely yours, my friend.
Well, dignity demands that I quit the field. I shall write a letter this very instant, telling the lady I no longer wish to correspond with her.
Captain, sorry to interrupt. Could I distract you for just a moment? Poynings' letter seems to have had the desired effect. The quarry has revealed itself.
Indeed.
She's on the way to her house in Merrion Square. Wiggins was sent up this morning from Kildare to make it ready.
I will have her now, you'll see. For if ever a man was born to make a fortune through bravery and skill, it was I. Now the hunt could truly begin. I sent gifts in advance for the Countess and Lord Bullingdon, her son, to her Merrion Square home.
You dreadful man.
My lady.
Leave me alone, sir.
There is not the remotest hope of that.
Oh. Brickley, make sure that man is kept out of my house.
There you go, Brickley. Buy yourself a drink. You may have closed the door on me now, but you'll have to open it to me many times.
When her kinswoman, Lady Lumley, called, sir, she said you was a bête noire. She said you was stalking her like a prey, and that every time she goes out in her carriage, you're there to hand her down. And you're there in the next pew when she goes to church, and there to open the door when she goes to the mercies. She said she despised the look of his black serpent eyes. I think that's...
Yes, well, it's only a matter of time now. She's obviously fascinated by me.
Well, I'm not so sure, Captain, actually. I mean, I'm the one what...
Who asked you? Get out! Get out before I throw you out!
Thus I continued my pursuit of the richest prize in Ireland, but not without challenges. And in the aftermath of Poyning's withdrawal, I pinked 2 more rivals to protect the position I had established. The others were not so lucky as Poynings, who made a full recovery. It reached the point when all males in her company would scatter at the sight of my green liveries and bay mare. I took to following the Countess when she went out on amusements, but soon found that by bribing her servants, I could usually discover in advance where she was going and be there before her to arrange pleasant surprises.
Now, would you like me to read the cards of the crystal?
The crystal, please. What is it?
You have been married once, I see.
Yes.
A good man. He is dead.
Yes.
But he wishes you well from the spirit world.
Oh.
There is another man, the man you will marry.
What?
Yes, you will marry again, and soon.
But who to?
Your first husband gives his blessing. He says this is the man you must marry.
But what does he look like?
He is tall and very handsome and has the darkest eyes, nearly black. He rides a fine bay mare and has green livery.
No!
That was very good, Maggie Rose. Very convincing. Here.
Wait till you hear, Redmond.
Well?
She's leaving for England, fleeing from you.
She's a difficult woman to keep pace with.
You're pressing her very hard, Squire. She fled the Earl of Kilkillenkeel's ball on Tuesday because she thought she saw you. And you were in Bray.
It's the only way. The hair may twist and turn, Ulick, but the dogs will have her. We're so often seen in the same company, people are beginning to gossip she's really very fond of me.
Oh, and I'm sure there's an element of truth in it.
Even that wretched footman Wiggins is desperate to be friendly to me, knowing I'll soon be his new master.
So, what do you do?
Book us passage on the first ship to England. I want to be there at Holyhead to help her down the gangplank. In addition, place notices in all the London and Dublin gazettes stating that I left Dublin yesterday. That'll give the impression that the lady is following me. I set off for England for the final hand in the game, resolved to play like a man of fortune. I was only gambling with my time and money. My unfortunate lady gambled with her reputation. When the Countess saw me at the docks, she had to be helped down the plank. It was to become the scandal of the season. I followed her to London, establishing myself in a hotel on Piccadilly and renewing my links within my future household.
I hope you bring better news this time, Wiggins.
Oh, I do, sir. Yesterday at court, the Queen turned her back on Lady Lyndon, sir, and spoke in an audible voice about ladies that chase after scoundrel adventurers, sir.
Oh, yes, we have her, we have her. Yes, Redmond, yes.
Good show, we're nearly there.
Please, Captain Barry, I appeal to you.
Lady Lyndon, I intend to make you my wife.
You have no idea what this is doing to me. I am a pariah in polite society. People turn their backs as I pass. Even my son, Lord Bullingdon, scorns my company. My life is in ruins, sir.
I am sorry for that, madam.
Please leave me alone. All I want is for you to leave me alone.
Lady, I intend to make you my wife, and I shall travel to the ends of the earth to achieve that goal if necessary. And only your death, or mine, can prevent that match. Shortly afterwards, the Countess, who thought herself too good for me, who had feigned disinterest, and had put me to 1,000 vexations, realized the futility of her silly egotism and conceded the game. The marriage ceremony was performed at St. George's, Hanover Square, and afterwards a magnificent ball and supper was given at our home in Berkeley Square. Of course, Lady Lyndon's son, Lord Lyndon, created something of a disturbance, calling me a highwayman and a beggar, and I knew I should soon have to protect myself against him. Nonetheless, it was the social event of the season. I was now arrived at the very pitch of prosperity, having by my own merits and energy raised myself to one of the highest social positions that any man in England or Ireland could occupy. True, most of England and Ireland looked upon me as an adventurer and a pirate, but my critics on the whole were very mediocre people, and I did not care a fig for their opinions. Before quitting London for Hackton Castle, the oldest and grandest of my wife's ancestral seats in Devon, I procured His Majesty's gracious permission to add the name of my wife to my own. Where formerly I had been simple Redmond Barry, thenceforward I assumed the style and title of Captain Barry Lyndon. Looking back, it seems clear to me that, like most great men, I was born to make fortunes, not keep them. I believed there was no limit to my fortune, and I set about making use of it in the proper style. I threw balls and routs and dinners, inviting the great and the not-so-great, and showing the same astonishing generosity to the ploughman as to the duke. My mother, who had quickly become estranged from Mr. Giles, I had installed at Castle Lyndon, our estate in Ireland, where she could live in the grandeur of style most suited to her delicate nature, and where she would least intrude upon my own sports. Of course, my wife, as is the habit of a wife, continued to disapprove of my simple pleasures and to affect a dislike of me, though I suspect this was as much awe as anything, for I left her in no doubt as to who was the master of the house.
It is out of hand, Barry. You entertain merchants and farmers and tavern landlords in my home, treating them to the best wines in the cellars and the finest dinners. You gamble continuously, though with little of your form of fortune, and you drink till the footmen must carry you to bed.
You wish to tell me how to live? Be quiet, woman! I will not be told.
You make lewd suggestions to the serving girls.
Ha!
You smoke tobacco at table and fill the rooms with its odours. And then you spit on the rug, sir!
I said quiet!
My wife was a stranger to the refined way of living, and I determined to make some fundamental changes to life at Castle Hackton. In the first instance, I found the castle itself, which dates from the reign of King Henry V, rather gloomy and old-fashioned, a queer composition of all sorts of ancient battlements and feudal towers and rough walls, totally unsuited to a buck of my renown, and I decided to improve it. To oversee my grand designs, I was lucky to obtain, at substantial cost, the services of Monsieur Cornichon, the celebrated French architect, who had worked for His Most Christian Majesty Louis XV, and who was an expert in the modern classical French Greek style.
You see, we tear down these features, very ugly, totalement affreux. This drawbridge, the tower, la moat, all down.
Yes.
And then we replace with the terraces, the parterres, and the chateau, much windows. You see?
I see.
And then we design the interior.
How much will you give me for the whole lot?
What? Everything in this room?
No, everything in all the rooms.
Oh, I don't know now, Your Grace.
It's Captain Lyndon.
Captain Lyndon, sir. Some of them old chairs are just eaten up with a woodworm. Oh, and that table, it would hardly stand up under the weight of a decent dinner. As you yourself know, sir.
Well?
Mind you, the armchairs next door ain't too bad.
You're a price man, name the price.
£120?
Where's the furniture?
I sold it.
You sold my furniture? For how much?
For £100, if you must know. It was all old clutter and rubbish anyway. Don't worry, I've ordered new pieces. They arrive tomorrow.
£100? Are you out of your mind, sir? Those armchairs were a gift from the Princess Caroline. They must have been worth £1,500 alone.
I think I know what a few sticks of furniture are worth.
Clearly you do not, when you sell tens of thousands worth of fine pieces for £100.
Resistance to my improvements came from all quarters, but most especially from the uncultured country nobility. Particularly that dreadful old steady Lady Tiptoff, our neighbour, my wife's aunt, and George Porning's mother. She had initially taken exception when I ordered Cornichon to refit the chapel at Hackton as a small theatre, and many's the dull afternoon I used to amuse myself by eavesdropping on her horrified complaints.
Lady Tiptoff, Miss Poynings, madam.
Oh. Aunt Prudence and Juliana, do come in.
Juliana, I order you not to look at that painting.
My apologies. Brickley, can you hang something over, Venus and Cupid?
Honoraria, this must stop. First I hear that your husband intends to defile the house of God, and then I come here with my young and impressionable daughter to find the walls decked with obscenities and looking glasses and naked sculpture at every turn. It is disgusting, Honoraria. How you can live in such a bordello is beyond understanding.
I have little choice, Aunt. And besides, it is all the fashion in France.
Precisely. And we know exactly what sort of people the French are. It's lewd and disgusting.
At any rate, Aunt, I am sure you did not call to make observations about my husband's taste in interior design.
No, indeed. We are here on a much more serious matter. Even as we speak, your husband's workmen are laying waste to Hackton Rockery.
No.
Yes.
We'll sell all this here. And then buy bogland over here. The estate will be undiminished on the map, and it'll raise a fair few thousand.
That's ingenious, Redmond.
I am sorry to interrupt, but I must speak with you.
Can't you see I'm busy?
It's rather important. I have some news.
Well, it'll have to wait. I have too much on my hands.
I'll go and speak to the land agent.
My lord, I really must speak with you.
Are you still here? What is it?
I am expecting a child.
I'll order the work stopped at once. You must have peace and quiet. Nothing must imperil the safe delivery of my heir.
Oh, Redmond, I hope this makes you happy, and we can live in some sort of peace.
Madam, nothing in the world could make me happier.
Oh, congratulations, Squire. To your child, sir.
To my child.
And may it be as healthy and as prosperous as its father.
Yes. I want the wood on Bullingdon Glen harvested, all of it. My son will have an endowment. It's a pity it's not oak. My wife's ancestors cheated me there.
Tiptoff will kick up a din.
He can say what he likes. It's not his property.
As you say.
And speak to Mr. McMorrigal, the broker. I wish to ensure my wife's life. My child will never be left a penniless orphan. Well?
It's a boy, Captain. A bouncing, healthy boy, £11. And the Countess is just fine. Go on, sir.
Oh, my lord. Oh, my son.
He's so big.
We'll call him Brian, after my ancestor, the High King.
Brian.
Well done, Countess.
Redmond.
You must rest. Gentlemen, I am a father! Ulick, have my coach made ready for London. Lord Ballyraggett, I hope you will accompany me. We must celebrate the birth of my heir in proper style. We'll dine at Boodle's, drink our way round the Vauxhall Gardens, and finish up at Madam Cox's house.
I had Cornichon start work immediately on the grandest nursery in Ireland, the last word in infantile refinement. It was built in the Chinese Doric style, and I sent a footman to London to register my son on the lists of all the most fashionable clubs in St. James. Fatherhood proved to be quite an expensive business. Naturally, the honeymoon with my wife could not last, she being determined to curtail my amusements and to pour cold water on my contentment. Inevitably, differences arose between us. However, now I had aces in my hand, and I played them with daring.
What is this?
It's a banker's draft. Sign it.
What is the money for?
Never mind what the money is for. Sign!
I refuse to sign unless I know what it is for.
You want to know what it is for, madam? Well, I shall tell you. It's to pay my gaming debts at Burnley's club, and that's what it's for.
I will not sign it, then.
Ha ha! But you will.
What? Do you mean to strike me, sir? Strike me, then. You have struck me before now.
Sign the damn paper!
I refuse to sit idly by and watch my family fortune, won over centuries by my ancestors, gambled and frittered away in this fashion.
You will sign that draft, lady, or I'll have your son moved to Ireland to the care of my mother, and you will never see him again.
You wouldn't dare.
How little you know me.
You are a monster.
Sign.
That's a 10. 10. Aren't you a clever boy? And that's the knave. The knave.
I have those lists you wanted, Captain.
Look at him, my son.
Ah, he's a strapping wee man, so he is. Aren't you a wee bruiser, Brian? Yar, so yar.
When he grows up, everyone will treat him as a gentleman. On coming of age, he'll have a title. He'll be a nobleman.
Ah, that's great, sure.
But I will not suffer him to look on his father with shame or pity, Ulick, because I have no title.
What do you propose to do, Squire?
I will have a title for myself, of course, as befits my wealth and status.
That'll be a tough one to bring off.
Perhaps, but I will spare no effort or expense in it. It's for my son's good.
Your pappy's going to get himself a coronet, Master Brian, and then you'll all be lords together.
For many generations, my neighbours and kinsmen, the Tiptoffs, had occupied the local parliamentary seat and continued to do so unchallenged, as of right, buying their support and distributing favours. I decided the situation could not be allowed to continue, and in my pursuit of an eventual peerage, I set myself the first task of becoming elected as local Member of Parliament. The chance presented itself when old Tiptoff stood down in favour of his son, my former adversary, Lord George Poynings. Who are our most important targets, then?
Well, there's Squire Hogg, let's see. Mr. Skiffings, Alderman Weaselwood.
Put Hogg and the alderman down for the Grand Gala Ball.
Yes, I have the names.
Lesser individuals find out what they need. If their son perhaps needs a job, or if they need perhaps a loan for a new roof. You get the idea?
Yes. How much do we have?
I shall have to sell something. Don't worry about that. Spend what you need to. The prize will be worth it. I want to talk to you.
If it is about this silly election, I think you're wasting your time.
I didn't come for your opinion. And anyway, I intend to win.
You might well win, but it won't do you any good. All you will succeed in doing is setting the Tiptoffs against you, and they really are far above your level in influence, Barry.
I came here to tell you that as my wife, you must take a more active role in the campaign.
Under no circumstances,
You
sir.
must! Poynings is spreading the most scandalous stories about that I am profligate and debauched, that I'm cruel to you. It is vital that you appear with me to counter their slander.
Slander, sir. It is every word the truth. You treat me as a possession and milk me for what wealth I have, and that you may drink and gamble to your heart's content. I will take no part in your campaign against the truth.
Ulick!
Yes, Redmond.
Get the boy ready. He's going to visit his grandmother.
Oh, sure, he's ready and all, Chief. Trunks in the coach and everything.
Thank you. I'll be right there.
Someday, sir, that trick will not work.
Get yourself attired, madam. We have to be in Hackton Village Hall by 3 o'clock.
I was elected with a majority of 6 votes. The day I was to make my maiden speech in the House of Commons, I spent 2 hours at my toilet and dressed in the finest clothes imaginable. And for the occasion, I hired a beautiful gilt coach.
Order! Member for Hackton and Lower Tipton, Mr. Barry Lyndon, sir.
My dear friends, lords, the speaker there, it's a great pleasure to be here with you. I want to address you on a pressing matter, a dreadful matter. Go on, you beggars! If you won't hear me, then damn the lot of you! The whole affair was a splendid success, and there can have been no doubt whatever in the minds of those assembled that here was a man who meant to be the very height of fashion. Even the good Chevalier, my uncle, was kind enough to send a congratulatory letter. To press my case for a peerage, I engaged the Earl of Crabs, a rather haughty nobleman, but one who had the ear of the highest personage in the land.
My lord, come in.
Lyndon.
Will you have a drink, sir?
I'll have a whiskey.
2 whiskies, Brickley. So, how is our project proceeding?
Our project, Mr. Lyndon?
Was His Majesty pleased with the company of infantry I raised for his campaigns in America? I hope that my allowing my stepson, Lord Bullington, to go would also add weight.
Allowing him, Lyndon? The boy couldn't wait to get off with him.
I rather fancied the Viscount Barry Oak had an authentic ring to it.
Look, Lyndon, I may as well be straight with you. His Majesty said it was a damn shame you didn't go with the infantry company yourself. His exact words to me were, I think a halter more fitting than a coronet. Forget about the peerage, Lyndon. You haven't a chance.
You fraud, sir. How dare you?
How dare I what?
How dare you take fortunes of my money and encourage my hopes, and then tell me you have no more influence than will win me the Pope's tiara?
I'm telling you honestly how the matter stands, Lyndon.
Then I demand, sir, that you return to me the money I gave you to advance my case, as you clearly have not earned it.
Rot in hell, you infernal scoundrel! You have the manners of a courier!
You will not speak to me so! Brickley, show the Earl out.
The story of my chastisement of the Earl was all over London the next day, and by the end of the week the print shops were full of pictures of me boxing that scamp and swindler. And though my popularity in the highest quarters suffered considerably as a result, yet I was admired by the common folk. Having fallen out with a senior figure in the government, I swung right round to the opposition, becoming something of a champion of the people, and was cheered wherever I went during the Gordon disturbances of 1780. Unfortunately, at the next election, using every kind of bribery, trickery and deception, Poynings took my seat.
Well, is the counting completed?
It is, Squire.
And?
Sorry, Captain.
Damn them. I spent a fortune on this.
They had half the county out against you, Chief.
The champagne bill alone came to £400.
There's another wee problem.
What?
Ballyraggett wants the loan repaid by the end of the month.
That odious, inflated farmer. The nerve of the man after the hospitality I've shown him.
You can't fault him, Redmond. It's nearly a year
You can't fault him. I'll knock your damn block off, you ignorant lump. How dare you?
I'm sorry, Captain.
Get out, get out, get out, get out! Now, draw mustachios on Uncle Ulick. Go on. Good boy, good boy, good boy. Come on, Brady, we have work to do. Brickley, take the child. Do you want to go out, Brian? Do you want to go out on a pony? Take him out on the pony.
That's everything we owe out?
Which ones are not urgent?
Those two.
Oh. Which ones do I owe personally?
This lot here. About £96,000 worth.
That's money I've spent in the upkeep and improvement of this estate. My own money. I can justly say that this property is indebted to me in that sum.
Well...
Mortgage it.
Mortgage what?
Mortgage the estate, idiot. What else is left to mortgage?
Captain Lyndon, sir.
Come quickly. It's Master Brian.
Brian! No! No!
There he lay, the hope of my family, the pride of my manhood and my happiness. I had bought the boy a little pony for his 3rd birthday, over the protests of my wife, to teach him the rudiments of riding. He looked just like a young prince astride it, in his velvet riding coat and tiny boots, his feet barely reaching the stirrups, driving his little heels into its back to make it trot. The pony bolted on him. He fell badly, and it was the death of him. My grief cannot be described, nor my guilt. And naturally my poor wife was inconsolable.
Ulick! Brickley! Quick, bandages, get bandages, get bandages!
What is it?
Honoraria.
Heavens above.
Honoraria, wake up, wake up. Honoraria. Go to Hackney, Ulick. Fetch the doctor. Quick, man, go! Go!
Even in mourning for one's only son, the cares of running a huge estate do not go away. If my foolish wife were to succeed in ending her miserable existence, her first son, Bullingdon, would inherit and gleefully return from the colonies to run me out of my home. I stood to lose everything if I failed to act decisively.
Where is Patricia? Why do my servants not answer me?
Because I have dismissed them, and that fool Brickley as well.
You did what, sir?
They cannot be trusted. Where were they when you were in your hour of need?
In my hour of need. That is what a husband is for, Barry. That is what children are for. And I have neither now.
Your foolish act has endangered our whole estate, and precautions have to be taken. I cannot be responsible for the stability of your mind, but I can govern your actions, and will, madam. I have arranged for you to have new, more reliable staff. And also, because of your rashness, I have decided you must not be left unattended. In addition, as you cannot be trusted with sharp instruments, you will take your meals in your chamber under supervision.
You wish to make a prisoner of me. In my own home.
You are the author of your own fortunes, my dear. Consider yourself lucky. I have mind to take such care of you. By chance I received a letter from my relative, Nora Brady Quinn, around that time, which, as well as offering sincerest condolences for the loss of my son, asked a dispensation for her own. Redmond Quinn had been to college and had a knowledge of Greek, Latin, philosophy, and such other things as had always been of interest to the Countess. Therefore, I generously offered to employ him as her serving man. Her ladyship, as you know, suffers from a malady of the senses. It is of the greatest importance to me, Redmond, that she be kept from harm, but also kept amused. And so I shall expect you to amuse her with your books and philosophers and high-minded conversation. Above all, she must not be allowed time to reflect upon her loss.
I fully understand, Captain.
Of equal importance is that in her correspondence she be not allowed to dwell upon the causes of her despair, and I shall depend upon you to intercept what letters she writes and bring them directly to me.
Yes, sir.
And also any letters she may receive. This is of the utmost importance.
As you wish, Captain.
Nothing must disturb the lady's peace of mind, nothing. And no one.
Of course not. You can rely on me, sir.
Redmond, you must understand that in her present delicate state, my wife is inclined to say all manner of foolish things. And you should not believe any of them, especially anything she may say about my having been cruel to her. I have never had anything but my wife's best interests at heart.
The very nerve of them. They would refuse to advance me such a loan against the wealth of an estate such as this.
Quite so, Captain.
Those miserable bankers have no respect for the terrible loss I've suffered. They see a wounded animal and they think to pick over my bones. But I'll not make a meal for the vultures.
Unfortunately, 2 more duns arrived today, sir. The agents are waiting at the gate even now.
Whose men are they?
McMorrigal's man, and the one from Samuelson and Goldblatt in London.
Vermin! Time to rusticate to Castle Lyndon, I think. Before we left, I thought it wise to liquidate some of the assets of the estate, and so I ordered the avenue at Castle Hackton cut down for timber. And as I was in rather a hurry to sell, I had to accept the price, which, in this day, would be considered nothing short of theft.
You, sir, you are no better than a common thief. How could you? This is the investment of generations. It did not belong to you. You have vandalized one of the great houses of England. You have torn down ancient battlements and built up the most hideous folly. And now you deface its grounds, too.
Your opinion, lady, of my taste in architecture and landscaping is irrelevant.
You have none, Barry. And my opinion in regards to this house is certainly relevant. It is my house. One day it will belong to my son, Lord Bullingdon. And I will not stand by and watch you run it to ruin.
You will not have to. We are removing to Ireland. I have instructed your maids to prepare your trunk. We leave in the morning. The crossing to Ireland was insufferable. Bad weather and high seas made worse by the lady's dreadful seasickness, which caused me no end of disturbance. On disembarkation, we found a suitable carriage, which was comfortably decked out within, but the condition of the Irish roads beyond Dublin, as ever, rendered this largely irrelevant, and again Madam made further misery of it with her endless grumbling. It was with great relief that eventually we reached Castle Lyndon and the end of our journey.
So, you decided to visit your own mother, did you? 2 years and 4 months I've been sat here, not a word out of you, not so much as a letter. You have a nerve, showing up as you do. And I suppose you expect me to have the castle all set up for you, and the food ordered in, and the servants drilled. Well, I haven't.
You will go up to my mother's suite and make our apologies and attempt to soothe her.
I will not.
You will do as I instruct.
I have been 5 days travelling. I am exhausted and hungry and unwashed, and I have been received at my own home most rudely. And I refuse, point, to go on your word, sir, and crawl in supplication before that evil Irish witch, that sycorax that is your mother.
You venomous harlot! You may insult that noble lady, madam, whom you are not fit to look upon, but mark me, my mother will tame you. Oh, yes, she will.
Things were much easier for me in Ireland. My reputation was yet good there, and there were many places where I could raise capital without giving account of my income. In the meantime, Redmond Quinn watched my lady and intercepted any communications which she had with the world beyond.
Captain.
Well, what have we today?
One to her Aunt Lady Tiptoff, and one to her Mercer.
Let me see. 14 yards of cerise calico, 3 of the silk in a chocolate hue, buttons, gauze, payment on account as according to our usual arrangement. She spends my money rather lavishly on her appearance, for one who has never seen. As the months passed, I grew to have great confidence in my nephew, and he discharged his duties admirably. Things would have continued thus without any incident had Quinn not been delayed one morning in Ballylinden, on account of which Ulick received the mail. Yes?
The mail has been...
Anything for her?
Just 2, from the mercer.
Ulick was easily the most dim-witted person in my employ, but he had a certain simple perspicacity which I have often overlooked to credit him with.
And she's asked me to have this sent.
Who's it to?
The mercer again.
Fine lace trim with the spiral pattern, 21 yards of the heavier serge in buttercup. Braided gold silk cord, 8 yards.
Boys, but she spends a lot on the mercer, does your wife, Squire.
Fleur-de-lis fasteners in brass. What?
I say she spends a heap at the mercer's, the countess. It's a marvel they aren't on to you for it.
I don't remember any deliveries of cloth. Fetch me the demands book. Let's see what we owe them. Something's up.
What?
We don't owe them anything. Nothing.
That can't be right.
Pass me that candle. Look.
Lord bless us.
Sly vixen. Damn her. Find Quinn, Ulick. Bring him to me. Immediately. Written between the lines of her letter in lemon juice, so as to be invisible to the eye unless held up to the light, was detailed communication with the dreadful George Poynings, otherwise the mercer. In it the lady falsely accused me of being her jailer and her torturer, and called me demon and brute, and 100 other names, always importuning Poynings to rescue her before she was forced to take her life, as before she had tried. And, to my great surprise, my kinsman, Redmond Quinn, was implicated.
Woman, where are you? You wish to escape me, eh?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Don't lie to me! You have been discovered. It's all here in the letters. You were to escape tonight. Quinn was to spirit you out and Poynings to collect you at the West Gate. Don't worry, madam. I have set traps for both those foxes and will pay them generously for their intrigue against me.
Do you blame me? I am caged here in my own home, treated like an animal. Nay, worse then, when you ruin my estate with your folly and your gluttony and your gambling. I would do anything I could to escape you.
He's gone.
Gone where?
He never came back from the village. Jimmy Fogarty saw him riding like blazes for Nina 3 hours ago.
So much for our nephew.
And someone must have roped him off to it.
Trade twice in the same day.
If you want to get hold of him, Squire, he's easy found. He'll surely be at our notice.
Damn him. He won't be back.
Oh, just forget about it. Sure, who would come against you? You're an Amadon Redmond Barry.
Quinn's had his card marked. I don't need to go after him. He knows if he shows his face here, I'll spit him like a pigeon.
Yeah, I'll let him go because of your attachment to Nora, I know it. And you'll pay a price for your silly sentimentality. 'Tis a damn fool that doesn't take down his enemy, Redmond, when he has a chance. If you were a hunting dog, you'd be shot.
He wouldn't dare take me on. What can he do? I have nothing to fear from him.
You can tell the lawyers where you are. They can cut off your lines of credit and leave you scrambling for a few pound. Quinn knows your business, Redmond. He was your clerk. Think of the damage you'll be able to do to your good name. Oh, aye.
As ever, my dear mother was proven right. Very quickly I found myself fighting a rearguard action against a battalion of lawyers. Damned lawyers. They are the worst of thieves and robbers. Then a glimmer of hope appeared. A firm of London merchants replied to my inquiries about a loan, and not only did they agree to provide one, but at very generous terms.
Where is the pitfall?
There is no pitfall. Only that, owing to the preponderance of stories circulating publicly about the state of health of the Countess, your wife, whose estate and effects comprise the main security on the aforementioned loan, we would request that the good lady act as your guarantor with her signature.
The offence of it!
And we would require that she travel to London with you to sign the document at our office on the date above.
Oh, no. There's something wrong, Redmond. The terms are too generous. Don't accept it.
Well, don't be absurd, Mother. Are we to refuse credit because the interest is too low? You underestimate my reputation. The merchants have undoubtedly heard stories of my legendary luck.
'Tis a trap. I'm telling you. Something's not right.
So you're too protective, Mother. And anyway, we have no choice. We need the money. We will go.
And how will you get there? You have no money.
I'll sell something.
What will you sell? There's not much left to sell, Redmond. Take it. 'Tis all I have.
Oh, Mother, you're a marvel.
If I could dissuade you from going, I would, Redmond. Oh, promise me you'll be careful.
Don't worry. It will all be fine. Before Lady Lyndon and myself set off the following day, I received news that my beloved uncle, Cornelius, Chevalier de Ballybarry, had died at the court of the great Sultan in Constantinople. Thus it was in morning that the lady and I set off for London, travelling in an ordinary hack chaise and pair under the name of Mr. and Mrs. Jones to avoid the attentions of my tormentors. No one took the slightest notice of us. The London traffic was heavy as ever. Nonetheless, we found the offices of the firm of merchants, Hambottom, Puskis and Wise, on Cheapside without difficulty.
Come in, Captain, Lady Lyndon. Do take a seat.
So, which are you then? Hambottom, Puskis or Wise?
Oh, I'm none of them, sir. I'm just a mere clerk. Someone will be with you presently.
What a damn funny fellow. There's something not quite right here. Damn you, Countess, have you set a trap for me?
It's no more than you deserve, Barry. You have kept me in a cage since the day I married you.
You treacherous she-devil!
Ah, we have you now, Barry.
Oh, Lord George, my saviour.
Well, Barry, will you go quietly?
I'll send you to your grave first, Poynings. I drew back my sword arm, and would have made mincemeat of the lot of them, or died in the attempt, but that there were 6 very big constables, not to mention the bailiffs, Poynings, and of course my treacherous relative Redmond Quinn.
Hellfire. Curse you, Poynings! I know when I'm beaten.
I was sent down and imprisoned at Fleet Prison. My wife was divorced from me on grounds of what the magistrate called my cruelty to her, yet declined to marry Poynings, and he found a suitable replacement soon after. And yet the Countess must surely have retained a sentimental fondness for me, for she saw fit to grant me a small annuity, which allowed me to return to the gentlemen's quarters in the prison.
Oh, you're a fine one, writing letters to her that put you here, thanking her for her kindness, is it? Oh, you're a fool, Redmond Barry. Some son of roaring Harry Barry you are, sitting here moping about your fate and making no attempt whatever to change it. Where's your spirit, man? There's a dozen ways you could get out of this place. Now I've had a wee think.
My mother, though over 90 and bent double, is still a lady of great bearing and dignity. She comes to visit me every day from a small room in Fleet Market, which she is able to keep with her own savings, and brings me what fresh food she can afford. As for the estates, Lord Bullingdon returned from America, having distinguished himself in that campaign to take over management of them. Almost no trace remains of my famous and glorious season as one of Europe's first gentlemen. I have been in this prison 16 years, have shrivelled into an old man within its walls. And yet they have not beaten me. Some day I, and Poynings, and Hackton, and all the courts of Europe will be dust. When we die, we take nothing with us, and leave nothing behind us but our fame. And what does it matter if I die a nameless pauper in the dungeons of a debtor's prison? Once I lived as the bravest and most famous adventurer of my generation, a dazzling ornament of the highest society in the world. It is not with stories of George Poynings or Redmond Quinn the peasants of Ireland will regale their children on the dark winter nights when they drink their poteen against the cold. No, they will tell tales of the wildness and daring and the wickedness of Barry Lyndon.
In episode 2 of Thackeray's Barry Lyndon, dramatised by Don McCamphill, the part of Barry was played by Gerard McSorley, Lady Lyndon by Tina Kelleher, Ulick by Dara Kelly, and Belle Barry by Sheila Hancock. The Earl of Crabs was Kenneth Cranham, Wiggins, Jamie Foreman, Lord George Poynings and Cornichon, Don Wycherley, Redmond Quinn, Andrew Scott, Maggie Rose and Lady Tiptoff, Doreen Keogh, Brendan, Aina MacLiam, and the furniture dealer, Mark Lambert. Barry Lyndon was directed in Belfast by Lawrence Jackson.